special guest, bringing us updates from the other games going on. How you doing this evening, Dorsey?
I am Jeff Reeves. God, I can't do this accent.
Well, good effort, I guess. You got it through, what, 2 words? Okay.
Not even.
All right, boys. Tonight's matchup features England versus Denmark, and the amount of talk that has gone on before this game has been astronomical. What do you guys think you're going to see tonight based on just the conversations alone from the Discord?
Well, it wouldn't be a big game without some pregame chatter. I'll keep it as basic as that. But I think it just kind of fires everyone up. It really puts a lot of people under the magnifying glass. It's a big game. Let's see who comes out and performs well.
Yeah, we'll be excited to see if they come out firing, they come out a little bit more defensive. I don't know. There's been a lot of chatter going up to it. So before we get down to the game, let's take a look at some of the lineups. While we're doing that, can we get some predictions in the chat? And we'll, of course, give our predictions afterwards. Remember, this is a 2-legged match, so there's going to be more goals, hopefully, than normal. We'll start with England's lineup. They have Khan in net. Their back line is Slipkid, Wanyama, and Dre. Their DMs are Jay, Twinkie, and Unluck 8. Not to be confused with Unluck 6 and the rest of the Unluck clan. And then outside mids, we have Vanquish and Little Munchie. Cam is Mapes. And then the strikers up top are Stone and Chronic. The manager Mapes has selected, or the captain Mapes has selected himself, Unluck 8 and Wanyama as the key players tonight, so we'll have to keep an eye out for those. The CDM pair obviously making a showing for the England squad. Taking a look at Denmark, we have Passion in net. Lotso, Pineapple Pot Pie, and Aza Elite are the back line. Lotso and Phoenix Kayla, the captain, are the DMs. Ruga and AJK HD are the outside mids. D-Dot Shifty is the cam. And then the strikers up top are King Shooter, the Jamaica convert, and CF Robert. Phoenix has selected King Shooter, the striker, AJK, the left mid, and then Lotso at the CDM. So a little bit of the midfield there and the striking pairing up top. Wayne, so what are you thinking for prediction-wise?
Well, I must say with great sorrow that it was the England boys that knocked out the great Mexican team in this World Cup after a great group stage. So while I am hurt over that, the England did play great. I mean, they came out and really smashed us. So we played Denmark as well, I believe, at some point. A couple drinks since then, so I can't remember exactly. But I do think that this England team is for real, and they have they don't really stand out in any way, but they're just completely solid from front to back. We couldn't really do much when we played, and they were able to bang in goals against our solid center back, which you saw got a few team of the group stages. So I'm going to take England here. Let's make it exciting. Let's say 6-5. 6-5.
6-5.
Final. The winner in the what would that be? The 182nd minute of the contest.
Okay.
Total,
so we're going to see a high-scoring affair.
Yeah,
That'll be fun
let's
to
see
watch.
some fireworks. I think everyone's a little fired up from the chats. That makes me kind of want to come out, but it also puts people on edge, and that putting people on edge kind of leads to mistakes. So let's hopefully we get a high-flying affair here.
I'll be very excited to see that. Dorsey, what are you thinking as far as predictions? Your Wales.
Well, first of all, I don't know if anyone has dubbed it this yet, but I think we have to call this the Brexit Bowl. We've got the England team, and then we've got the team made up of Englishmen who play Brexit football. So just excited to see that. I'm really excited to see the Discord after the games. I think, England, I think we didn't know what they were in the group stage. They had some weird games. They had the defaults, and then they showed up pretty well against Germany, but it's not like against Mexico, and it's not like they walked over them. Denmark's a team I still don't think we've seen the best from. And looking at their lineup tonight, I don't know how much those guys have all played together. I think there's a couple people coming in who haven't played in the tournament yet. So I don't know. I think it's going to be tight. I think I'm going to go 2-2, but away goals to Denmark.
To Denmark? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you're expecting more of a low-scoring affair. Most people in the chat seem like it's not going to be that way. Some even are going on the ridiculous end. Of course, Scarata predicting 69-69 Denmark on away goals. So
Nice.
nice. That'll be fun to watch. I might not have any breath left after this game if that's the case. Fuji saying 3-4 to Denmark. Zebra is going 9-0 England.
Sheesh.
Yeah, that's quite a skunking. After all the talking, I don't know if you'd see any Denmark players even in the vicinity of the Discord after that, if that were to occur. Raw Moonshine saying 4-1 England on aggregate. Lobo is saying 5-0 England. Let's see. King Kerr saying 3-2 Denmark. 5-6 Pens England. Oh, he has two predictions: 3-2 Denmark or 5-6 on Pens to England, I guess.
Someone's riding my wave.
Yeah, it'll be fun to see. Oh, he has another prediction now. It's saying 7-3 Denmark. Interesting.
I just hope there's a crunching tackle in the first 10 minutes to set the tone. Really, after that, that's all I need. So
yeah,
I just want to see someone get their ankle broke, essentially.
Make it a little bit fun to watch if he comes out a little bit aggressive there.
Yeah, I want to see these boys back up the talk. I don't want to see a week worth of chatter lead up to a nice friendly game where everyone pats each other on the back after. You know?
It's the one where they're walking off and they're cursing at each other.
Yeah. I hope so. That's what you expect at this stage.
I hope so as well. That would be fun to watch. Nashi's saying 3-1 Denmark. Hit 'em up is saying 6-2 England. Awoken Goddess is 2-0 England. If I played, but I can't. So 2-1 Denmark. Signed, I guess. I don't know. I'll get butchered for it later. Who cares? My guess, if I had to make one, which I do, would be 4-2 England. I think with the amount that they've been talking going into this, if they don't come in and kind of show out against Denmark, I think that would just be like extremely upsetting, and I think a lot of egos would be hurt by that.
TUFF, tough.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. You can't let it slip away. No. You got to make your mark early on. Everyone's got to be out there doing something. I don't care what it is. Just if you're looking good. I don't know. If anyone looks bad out here, it's a big game. This is a huge game. You better be prepared.
The stakes don't get too much higher than this. It's you get two games to show out against one team, and you just kind of have to go for it.
Once you start, clacking on the keyboard, saying what you got to say, that makes it the biggest game.
Mm-hmm. And they've had a week to talk about it too. So that's another thing.
Too long, some might say. Too long.
Sunday came and went with the holiday, so then these guys just had time to sit in there in that Discord and be some keyboard warriors. So it's been a lot of chatter.
We love it. Thank you for your efforts.
Yeah.
Because it does, continue.
TJL the Atom. Go ahead, Dorsey.
I do want to shout out the folks here in the kitchen at the studio. The Bangers and Mash is on point.
I think it's about time you stopped eating the pies and got down to the field. You have an important job to do.
Right? At least he's not getting drunk, Wayne. Hint, hint.
Never have I ever had one drink on this show. After the show, before the show, maybe. On the show, never.
Maybe.
Well, so,
unconfirmed.
Dorsey is on our private jet tonight. He's flying around to the different cities, getting the fixtures. He'll be updating us with all the scores as they come in, or as many as he can keep up with. I know there's, 7 other games going on right now? Or no, I'm sorry.
3
other games.
We'd like to thank you all for your release clause money to pay for the private jet upgrade from the helicopter. It really means a lot to us, so appreciate it.
It's the only way that Dorsey would be able to bring us those updates. So big thanks goes out to y'all.
Yeah.
Hearing word
Air Force Dorsey
from the England camp that someone's Wi-Fi went out shortly before it. So I think that's the delay here that we're waiting on. So hopefully we'll be able to get you down to the live action. Dorsey,
someone on England's playing on Wi-Fi.
I
That might
believe,
change my prediction.
I believe it's unluck 8, and that is quite unlucky
Yes.
on his behalf. Couldn't go out at the worst time.
Okay.
Looks like they're going to bring in a sub, actually.
Wow.
Tsubasa
I
coming
think
in.
you missed out on an opportunity there when you said Air Force Dorsey. I think Air Force Doors.
Look at this man and his dad jokes. I just lost a piece of my soul, folks.
Hey, you guys aren't going to get any Dorsey dough when I start handing it out.
Dorsey Doe. Oh, PCN money has been replaced by Dorsey Doe.
Please help me. I'm trapped. Please get me off this island. I want to leave.
Well, it looks like we have a connection. Hopefully we have a good one. We'll be able to take you down to some live action here. This quarterfinal. Hopefully it's a good one. We got some predictions that would make it interesting. Got to thank Spicy Turtle and Pigolo for following the Pro Clubs Nation channel. Let's see if we've got a good one here. England in their whites, Denmark's in their reds. Looks like we are good to go.
Kickoff about to take place in the World War II rematch as well.
Got England coming down this right side pretty early. I'm just going to ignore you, Dorsey, for now. Don't worry about it. Let's see if they kind of get off to a slow start, work it in, or if they try to go attacking right away. We know the Denmark squad has been rumored to love them an LBY pretty much all game.
A lot of air balls.
Even the memes are starting to come out for that, so that's how you know it's real. King Shooter now with the ball playing Robert, but Wanya is able to win that back.
Victor Wanyama with a change in nationality before the game.
England with their own little LBY. Chronic finding Stone near post. Nice save.
What a save. Talk
Whoa.
about showing out. What did I say? First 10 minutes, make a mark.
Good Lord, starting hot there. Chronic with a nice dish. The Denmark keeper able to come up big there. Denmark now trying to start their own little possession. Coming down this right side, playing it across. Munchies does well to be there.
It's hot, boys. It's hot out here. A lot of chances.
Looked like it might have been an offside instead. A little bit of stream lag there, but thankfully it clears up. Pineapple Pie with a nice header to get it out. Shooter playing it back, but Twinkie able to intercept it. England now with the ball, settling it down just a bit. Denmark now has another possession up here. Wanya does a good job, Dre, getting it out. Lotso wins the header, though. Denmark's going to be pressing again. England handles it, and Chronic's able to win the ball back. Come back a little bit deeper than I think that England squad would want from their striker, but he's able to get the ball, so no harm, no foul for that. Denmark playing a nice through ball there, playing it back in, but Khan's able to come up with the save. Didn't really threaten him too much there.
Very open start. I mean, there are chances all over the field. Those wings are wide open for both teams.
And it's interesting because this England squad definitely knew that Denmark loves those LBYs and even the long through balls. Yet we've already seen early on they're getting beat by them. Denmark now coming down this left side. AJK coming in, doing some nice dribbling, finding Robert, who gets tackled, dispossessed, and then cleared by Slip Kid. A little bit of stream lag, but we're seeing England come down this left side and then get dispossessed rather easily. Ball definitely flowing back and forth, wouldn't you say, Wayne?
Yeah, I mean, no team. Possession must be around 50-50. Chances about the same. Nothing there on the foul. But, you know, this is what we wanted to see. No one's sitting back right now, for sure, trying to take every chance they can get.
Yeah, I think the people that predicted more goals are looking like they might be right. Granted, we're still very early on in these two legs, but we're seeing a lot of action back and forth, and it's only a matter of time before we start to see some goals. AJK with the ball there. King Shooter taking a long one. Wanya is able to block that. Ooh, ball bouncing a little bit there, but Little Munchie's able to get it and get it out for his England squad. Sending a huge ball over the top.
Be interested to see if the managers will tell their wingers to play a little more defensive, or will they be willing to take the risk and continue to kind of find those channels up in the field? Because both teams run the 3-5-2. That's a hard position to cover for anyone else on the field besides those LM and RMs. So,
yeah, they're going to be doing a lot of work running back and forth. Dorsey, are the other games underway? Have we have any action in from those yet?
Yes, we've got England and not England, but the New England, that'd be United States and Germany, 0-0. USA has been on top, but no goal. And Chile and Argentina, 0-0. Chile has been the better team so far. The other game is just getting underway after a connection issue.
Can I just say that accent is superb?
Cheers.
Cheers, Dorsey. England getting the ball, trying to settle it down just a little bit. Stone playing it back to his center backs and just kind of working it around nicely here.
finally, some possession.
Yeah, need this.
Oh, and there we go.
The Little Munchie says, screw that. I'm sending it long. He's not even open. AJK said, fine, I'll do the same thing. LBY. Here we go. But it works out for King. He's coming in. Doing a lot of step overs for nothing. Tsubasa dispossesses and gets it up the line. Chronic does well to keep that ball in.
Interesting call there. I'm not sure on that one.
I didn't quite see it, though. Denmark's not going to complain. They got a nice little free kick here. Let's see if they set something up. Looks like they might go short first and maybe flick it over the back post. And they flip it over near post. Little Munchie clears it dangerously, but Slip Kid bails him out. Stone finding the right mid. Vanquish out there. Denmark's putting on some good press until there, and Vanquish is running on the sideline a bit.
The El Tornado.
El Tornado does nado. I couldn't think of anything better. That was so bad. Dorsey would be proud.
Ooh.
Dorsey, this settles down just a little bit. Do you have any updates from the other three?
We sure do, folks. We've got 2 goals and a missed penalty. So Vape drew a diving penalty in the Seychelles game. He missed the penalty. And while that was happening, 2 goals were scored. Chile 1-0 over Argentina. USA 1-0 over Germany. I can't tell you what happened because they all happened at the exact same time, and I only have 2 pairs, well, 1 pair of eyes.
This just in. Dorsey has 2 pairs of eyes.
Oh, and go Seychelles. Never mind.
Cheers, Dorsey. This game's going to go to the half. Pretty surprisingly that it's still 0-0, but the ball has been flowing back and forth. I'm surprised they haven't broken through, but you look at the chances, they just haven't quite had them yet, and at least not in the volume that we expected to see.
I think we're seeing a lot of wasted opportunities in the final third. Before, I would say the medium 12 of the final third, where no one's really getting in there, but the midfield's still wide open despite a little bit of more possession play, especially by England there.
Yeah, we started to see England slow it down a tad there, but not quite the level that you would maybe expect from the quality squads in the quarterfinal. It'd be interesting to see how the second half of the first leg shapes up. Maybe the teams will settle down a little bit, but you know, we all know the Denmark squad doesn't really like to settle down. They like to run and gun, so I think we'll see more of that. And as I say that, there's a deep LBY to nobody, but it was an opportunity, I suppose. Dre with a poor tackle. King gives it up easily, though. Unfortunate there. See if England can maybe settle it down, at least for their end. And we're starting to see that a little bit more, working around. Interesting that England had to bring in a CDM basically off the bench. Most likely came into this game cold. You got to imagine that's affecting his chemistry a bit, and then also just his general form of finding people.
Very tough to come into a game like this cold.
And the pressure's on too, so you got the nerves, you got the coming in cold, and then you're trying to face a good squad. So it's a combination of factors there. Interesting to see how he holds up. Mapes now with a lot of possession of the box. Chronic takes one, but it goes wide.
Just tipped, I think, there by the defender.
Looking for the top box. Lazo's able to win that header.
Interesting little fall there at the top of the box. I guess we'll see upon further review. I didn't catch exactly what happened there, but I did see a man flying, so.
I'm not definitive, but it looked like they just ran into each other, but it's all on stream, so I'm sure if it's...
Just looking to stir a little more... There's a good tackle.
There's a good tackle. Just what Wayne was hoping for.
Here. Great play, great play. Stick it in.
Getting the friskiness up a level. Maybe we'll see some more of that. Ref doling out a yellow card. Stone now with the ball on the wing. Finding little Munchie who plays it in. Pineapple's able to win the header. Vanquish. It looks like he shot to the corner flag. Interesting.
Trying to get the kick.
Well, they do end up getting it, and it's in a great position. They're going early, and I'm frozen.
Cleared out.
Ball cleared out there. No real danger. It didn't look like. Was that correct, Wayne?
Yep. But now England's pushing back. Munchie looking for a play. Another LB wide to nobody.
We're seeing a lot of that. It's interesting. I didn't see much of that from the England squad. At least
seems to be just a case of everyone playing FIFA.
Yeah.
I don't mean to get on my Pep Guardiola here, but that hasn't worked since FIFA 10.
Hey, maybe it's making a comeback. You never know.
New one's only 2 weeks away, Jeff.
I couldn't be more excited. Ready to get on the grind of a new game. But before we get there, we got a nice little threatening play from England. Vanquish with the ball out wide, looking for some help backwards to Jay. Got a lot of pressure on him. He locked that down for the moment, Denmark, that is.
I feel like England's really starting to pin them in now. As soon as I say that, they just give it away. So
I'd expect to see a big LBY here from someone. You just never know where it's coming from. Robert, though, has got a nice opportunity. Finding the back post kick. Shoot up!
Oh!
We have a breakthrough. 1-0 Denmark.
Great dribbling there coming into the box. That's what we've been lacking the whole time. Someone to take on the pressure, make the decisive pass for the easy wide open header.
Beautiful goal there. Didn't see any LBYs, and they scored, you know? Amazing. Beautiful passing coming down. Took their time, composed, and then found the back post with a nice header. Well worked by this Denmark squad. Let's see if England has an answer in the 20-so minutes remaining. Dorsey, do we have an update from any of the other games?
We do. Vape has doubled the money with Seychelles, scores a bicycle kick from the top of the 18, cross from talentless, keeps it in. 2-0. Expect Bills has been denied on a couple of counterattacks from Spain. Seychelles in control here. Back to you, fellas.
Cheers, Dorsey. I'm sure we'll be seeing that clip all week long.
On his Instagram.
It'll be everywhere. England had an opportunity there while Dorsey was giving us an update. Hit it off the woodwork. Unfortunate there. A little Munchie now finding Vanquish with a big header just over the post.
Vanquish doing all he can to come in from the right there.
Little man getting up big.
Time's running out. I think England really needs to score one here. Because if you give them a 1-0 lead heading to the next game, I mean, you just lock down defensively. Good night, Jim Kite.
Yeah, and Denmark is the away squad, so they picked up that away goal. Away goals do matter in these, so that's something to pay attention to moving forward. England, if I'm honest, just looks a little flustered this game. Maybe they'll get a little bit more settled in as this game winds up, and then we move on to the second leg. playing a lot of crosses like that one there, just not finding where they need to go.
Ooh. Composure there by Wanyama.
Twinkie's got Vanquish out on the right, but finds Stone short. Probably the better option just to work it down. They're getting a little too reliant, if I'm honest, on the long balls. Maybe this is what they need right here. Chronic finding Stone. Stone just wide.
So close. So close.
Unlucky there, Stone. You're inches away from knotting this one back up. Let's see if they can put it together again. Getting another opportunity. They find Stone. He's on sides. Looking for some options. Finds pineapple pot pie.
Very tough. Very tough. Oh.
Denmark now getting their own little build up here. Doing well. Roberts got an opportunity. Not hard enough to beat Khan.
Going to have to do much better than that.
Yeah, I'd say it's a little bit disappointing. You know, Dorsey's prediction of a 2-2 is looking more accurate by the minute. Not quite getting the high-scoring affair that we were expecting. England just kind of looks a little dull, if I'm honest. It's just not quite there. They
can't seem to solve it.
No.
They're holding it down there, but I mean, it's staying between the CDM, LM, Cam, you know, in the midfield. They can't. The strikers haven't really got any space at all. Stone just had a little bit of a chance there, but no real other big attacks from their strikers.
No. A little disappointing. Let's see if they can correct it going into the second leg. Still have 3 minutes of extra time to maybe get this one knotted back up. You see in that Denmark defense, they dropped everyone but one. I mean, they're compacting it and making it very difficult to find those holes in the Denmark defense. Playing a long ball, not going to connect there.
It's not what you're looking for with 8 seconds left.
And that's pretty much going to do it. Looks like the keeper's holding it maybe just a tad longer than he needs to. Surprised the ref hasn't blown the whistle and gotten us onto the second leg yet.
Uh-oh.
Maybe an opportunity with his long run on. As I say that, the commentator's curse. All right, well, this game ends 1-0 up for Denmark. They were the away squad. Of course, we do have the second leg coming up, so things can change rapidly. I'd just like to see more out of that England squad. You see their opportunities there. 6 shots, only 1 on target. That's going to be difficult to win with.
They're just going to need to find a way to break through that back 5, as I like to call it, in the 3-5-2, where you got to. There are spaces. It's tough, especially when you got the Cam crashing down. Pretty much everyone at the end of that game, but they got to find a better pass than what they're currently settling for sure.
Yeah, that final third is just not doing for England. On Denmark's squad, they maybe didn't have as many opportunities, but they seem to make better chances from those opportunities. They seem to get better shots. And of course, the one goal they were able to notch home, and there was a few shots there that looked like maybe they could have gotten more. The striker just not putting enough pace on the ball. So this game really could be a lot higher scoring than it was. It's just kind of disappointing for two teams in this quarterfinal to not have their form the way you kind of expect them to be.
Exactly. With that being said, Wayne needs to grab a Powerade. I'll be right back. Hold on one second.
Someone check that Powerade while he's getting a drink. Dorsey, how are the other games playing out? Are the other games finished? At least the first leg?
We've got 2 finals here at the studio. We've got 1-0 in both games. Chile in control, conceded no shots to Argentina. And Chile may be unlucky though not to put any more goals in, and we'll see if that comes back to bite them in the second leg. over in America, we saw the Germans keep the blitzkrieg going towards the end of the game. Unlucky not to score from the Germans. Still 1-0 USA. In our other game, Seychelles in control 2-0. Spain with some chances, but they are about as inconsistent on offense as my accent is as one accent.
Dorsey, can I please ask, where are you from? And the people at home need to know.
I'm a man of the world. I'm from everywhere.
Okay. All right. We're getting word from the Denmark squad that they're having 3 to 4 second delay and still up 1-0. That's quite incredible. If true, if that report holds up. Wayne, can I check your cocktail now that you're back? And by the way, you said you need to grab a cock, so I'm just finishing the
Keep your
sentence.
mind out of the gutter, sir. I am still over there mixing my Powerade.
See, the question.
Give me a minute.
The question becomes, why are you mixing Powerade?
It's the powder form, not the normal. Just drink. We're not that rich over here. Come on.
Some men are fans of cocktails. Some men are fans of cocks and tails. It appears that Wayne is the latter.
Shout out to the Unexpected for following the Pro Clubs Nation Twitch as well as DSC. Appreciate y'all. Hope you guys are enjoying the broadcast and enjoying this game. Hopefully we'll be able to get you back down to live action, although I know Dorsey's accents are just incredible.
He seems to be changing region by second.
It really depends on the minute at this point. We've been trying to check Wayne's drink, but I think we've checked the wrong person's. We have no monitoring on this guy flying around on the private jet. Someone should have removed the alcohol.
He runs the league. He does what he wants. Sadly.
We've got thought we had a penalty in Spain, but it was offside.
Looks like we got Unluck 8 back in for England. Let's see if that does anything for them. His Wi-Fi, of course, falling out just before that game started. Still looking for Vanquish, though. He's nowhere to be found on the bench. Dorsey, do you have any report from the field?
I saw a player getting into a elevator going back up to the dungeon where he will find his teammate who he will pass the baton to play the next game.
Okay. All right.
Cheers, Jeff.
Cheers, Jeff. Getting some predictions for the second leg. 2-0 Shifty is saying for Denmark. So it would be a 3-0 on aggregate. Mr. Grant saying 3-1 on Denmark. See, all these predictions that we're going for England, we're seeing switch over a little bit now. It's interesting to see how the Fairweather fans shift. And I am getting word that Vanquish made it back to the bench, so he must have escaped that dungeon Dorsey was talking about. Has that third game gone final, Dorsey?
We do indeed have a final in Seychelles. It's 2-0.
Everyone just prepare yourself for that bike clip to be out there.
Oh, I'm sure it's already on Instagram.
Yeah.
It was an actually really outstanding goal, I must say.
Oh, don't encourage him. That's the last thing we need. Looks like the two teams are trying to connect for this second leg. Of course, remember, Denmark up 1-0 on a wiggle, so we're going to have to see quite an effort from this England squad, maybe a little bit more control in that final third, create a little bit better opportunities, maybe have a little bit more pizzazz, as it were.
Always love some good pizzazz.
Hit 'em up, still sticking with England 3-1, so England will win this game 3-0. Still some hope on that squad. Notorious RDO coming in with 2-1 England, so England's going to win this one 2-0. Let's get you down to the field and wrap up this second leg.
Here we go.
Uniforms remain the same. Denmark in red, England in white. But of course, England is the away squad this time. Kayla starting it off hot, just setting an LBY. Dre was prepared for it and easily wins that back to his keeper. Be interesting to see with Unluck 8 coming back off after losing his Wi-Fi if it helps their build-up game at all. Maybe the dropping to a CDM is kind of the way they go. Another huge ball there, but it went out of bounds. England going to have a throw in their just on the edge of their final third.
England really needs something at the beginning here, just to kind of prove that they can stay in the game, because the later this goes, the more Denmark will start to sit back.
Beautiful 1-2, starting to dead. Chronic, and then back to Chronic on a fortunate play, but Chronic slots it home. We are now tied on aggregate, 1-1. Both squads with away goals. This match is all tied up now.
That's what you get when you get the ball to a good striker anywhere in the box. He'll find a way to put it on target.
It was quite fortunate or unfortunate, depends on whose viewpoint you're looking at, because Stone and Chronic had the nice 1-2 back and forth, and Denmark got a tackle in on Stone, but it just fell right to Chronic's feet, and the clinical striker was able to slot it home.
All to play for now. Let's see who brings their big boy pants.
Yeah, let's see if Denmark maybe gets out of the shell. I don't know if they were even really planning on playing. AJ with a nice turn. Khan with a big save. King plays it back in. Khan with another grab. Woo.
He decides to not shoot that? Very questionable. The goalie was still on the floor. I don't know. We'd have to check the replay there, but this game's moving too fast for that.
No, I'd have to agree with you there. It looked like he had a sitter right there. He just decided to lob it back in. Khan able to get back on his feet and catch it. I think that was the infamous Ruga who just loved to chat up in the Discord. So watch out for him if this ends up going England's way, because especially if it's just by one, because that looked like a sitter right there.
The tables have completely flipped now, because if England get the next one, I don't want to say goodnight, but I'm thinking about it. I'm getting my milk ready. You know, the cookies are there. That's Santa, but still I like to eat cookies and milk when I go to bed. And it could be game over.
Well, how's the North Pole, Wayne?
Great. Good ice rinks up here.
Any action from the other games, Dorsey, while we talk about Santa Claus over here?
We've got an update from Germany. USA has scored 2-0 on aggregate. They've also got that very important away goal. Germany must bring all of their tanks and start to shoot heavy, or they will be eliminated.
Cheers, Dorsey. England settling it down a little bit more, getting that control that we saw in the second half. That first leg coming out again. And as I say that, Chronic gives it up, but there's a foul called on Denmark. England going to have a free kick just on the start of the 1/3 for Denmark. So he's playing it short to Mapes, just trying to find the back post. Pineapple Pot Pie does well to cover that.
Good ball out there.
Vanquish going for the real deep one. Pineapple there again. We're challenging Pineapple so far. He's answered that challenge. England with a nice ball there. Vanquish finding Stone. He's got option top box. Oh, what a shot. What a save by Passion.
What a save. Wasn't afraid of the hard shot there. Woo!
Huge save there. If that goes in, Denmark's going to be under a lot of pressure, going down 2-0 in this game, 2-1 on aggregate. Unluck 8 does well to win that. Mapes playing it in. Lotso does well to clear it out. Not much doing there on that corner. Pretty much of a waste. Slip Kid able to win it back, though. Mapes finding Munchie, maybe looking for a cross. Nope, finding Chronic on the volley. Bastion with a nice save. Lotso clears it out. Denmark under a lot of pressure right now.
They need one of their patented LBYs to clear this heat, because they've been under pressure for about 20 minutes now.
It's been constant, and I can't imagine that Denmark defense is going to be able to withstand this for too much longer. Their offense really needs to get some possession and alleviate some of this pressure. And as I say that, they pretty much passed it straight to the England defender.
A good LBY ball is like a steam whistle on a train. You know, it just lets all the steam out. It's all gone. That's what they need right now. They're getting too sucked
Interesting
in.
reference, but I hear you. England doing well to work the ball around now, and then Pineapple steals it. Stone trying to run through the whole defense, but not able to get it done there. It's going to be England's throw right at midfield. As this one slows down a little bit, Dorsey, do we have any updates from the other games? What's the aggregate looking like?
We do. We've got goals in every game. So Germany pulled one back. Chubbs with the goal. So 2-1 in favor of USA at halftime of that one. Chile still in control. Will with the goal. 2-0 now in aggregate up on Argentina. And finally, Seychelles just converted a penalty to go up 3-0, a commanding lead against Spain. Back to you in the studio.
Cheers, Dorsey. Did you forget where we were?
I had a cat meow at me, and I had to look at him with my eyes and tell him no.
Fair enough. Dorsey's bringing cats to the games now, so watch out for that. Might be
You
a
question
secret
my
weapon.
drinks. That's all I have to say.
I hear you, Wayne.
Unbelievable.
England working the ball around a lot more here, not doing anything threatening, but possessing it a lot. I would imagine this possession battle is going to be tilting heavily in England's favor. Chronic now running down the sideline, looking for some options. It's a little bit of a tap there, but Lotso is able to intercept it after that. Mapes finding Vanquish on the wing. Is able to win that header even a little awkwardly there, but gets the job done. Shifty clears it out. England puts it back in, and that's going to take it to halftime. Interesting first half. England pretty much controlling it and able to get a goal to knot it back up. We're seeing that 66% to 34%. Pretty heavily in England's favor. Seeing that second half where they kind of, second half of the first leg where they're starting to really dominate possession, spill over into this one. Wayne, what are your thoughts going into this last half?
Well, I'll call it quarter number 4. I feel like we're watching and listening to the great John Williams score of Jaws. Da-dum, da-dum. We're at the we just got through the beginning part. It was a little slow, but I think England's really going to start swarming the water here, swimming around with that little thing sticking up, ready to pounce.
You know, interestingly enough, if this game were to end right now, they would actually need to go to a third game, and it would be sudden death from there. So that would be something to watch out for. I think that situation only occurs if this game were to end just like this.
Yep.
If ends up being 2-1 England would go through on away goals. So if anyone's hoping for some sudden death, maybe just hope the game kind of pitters out and Denmark's able to hold off this England defense.
England is out for blood. They look much more confident passing the ball now.
They do. They seem to have found the holes a little bit more. Dorsey, how are the other games going? Any updates from there?
Seychelles in full control now, 2-0 up in this game, 4-0 up on aggregates, but Germany has decided to unleash everything they've got. 2-1 in the game now for another goal, 2-2 in aggregate. Still that's a word. Still behind on away goals, but Germany is back in it with 57 minutes played.
Well done. Keep an eye on that Germany game, see if they're able to claw back into that one. Denmark now working around this left side. You're trying to get some possession after only getting 34% in that first half, finding AJK. Slipkid does well to tackle that. Looks like it's going to be a corner, though, for Denmark. England does well to win that top box header. Now Stone and Vanquish running on this right side. Chronic in the middle. Slowed it down a minute. Played a little bit of a poor pass, but England able to retain possession only momentarily. The commentator's curse, of course. Denmark fans hollering for a penalty kick. Ref is having none of it.
Clean play in my book. Uh-oh.
England trying to get something going now. Or maybe they're just going to settle it down and get some possession. Poor pass, but Slipkid's able to get it back for his squad.
Seems like that was a talk of halftime, because even though it seems like they're forcing possession now. There we go.
Beautiful ball down to Vanquish. See if he can find some options in the middle, maybe back post. Good defense there by AJK, able to get it to Phoenix, and now Denmark's working their way out. There's the LBY, and he's wide open out there. Oh, poor pass. Gives it right to Twinkie, who just clears it out to alleviate some pressure for a minute. Munchie comes in a little reckless. On luck 8, is able to kick it out of bounds. Denmark going to have a corner. Pineapple Pot Pie wins the header. Oh, Khan with the big save. Mapes with a nice block. England under a lot of pressure there. Able to get out of it without any goals conceded, but the ball's coming right back. Shooter!
Colossal!
Shoot! What a volley!
What a shocker!
Denmark going up 2-1 on aggregate. England now under a lot of pressure after dominating the first half. Just don't look like the same team this second half so far.
That's how you put your big boy pants on. Wow, what a goal.
Shooter looking like he's doing his Leak impression with that nasty volley jumping in the air.
This is what I'm talking about. I feel like England's trying too much to possess now. You know, they need to take chances, especially. I mean, but you know, one goal here, that's the difference. With away goals, they'd win, so.
Right now, they're up 2-1 on aggregate. They would not need away goals. If England notches
if
this,
England were to score, they have the away goal, the second away goal, which would give them the win. So we're still in a if someone scores here next, they're gonna win.
It's still a very tight affair. This game is not over by any means. Still have 15 minutes, and I think we'll see a lot more pressure from both squads as they try and get this win and move on to the semifinals. Dorsey, how are the other games looking? Any updates from the goal sense side of that?
Yes, so the game we are watching closely, Germany-USA, it's been evened back up 2-2 by USA. We're down to the final 12 minutes. Germany has to score twice to progress. Chile still in control, 2-0, look like they will be through. Seychelles up comfortably, 4-0, back to you.
Cheers, Dorsey. So that USA-Germany is 4-2 USA on aggregate?
3-2, but they've got the away goal advantage that you Americans do.
Fair enough. Seemed like
Damn Yankees.
a little bit of shade there, Wayne. I don't know if you were feeling that as well. Just got a little bit cooler in here.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
England, with just 10 minutes left to get back into this one, are going to really need to send numbers forward now. Denmark may be able to catch them off with a nice LBY.
Very reminiscent of other England World Cup and Euro performances. Just the bounces not seem to be going their way, and then they have to pay for the one they let on the other side. 1998 and 2004 come to mind.
It's unfortunate that this England squad that had high aspirations is on the verge of going out. They talk.
Time to be a hero, though.
There is plenty of time left. They might have 2, maybe 3 chances if they play their cards right.
Good ball.
Munchie does well to win that back for his squad. Chronic and Mapes right on top of each other, but able to retain it. Stern with a chance here near post. Passion with a big save. England now with a chance on this corner. Let's see what they set up.
We're going to get this.
Oh. Passion catches it and is shoved out of bounds. Going to be a free kick from there. Dorsey,
It almost looked like he had too much time on that, and the game gave him he needed a header animation, and they gave him a foot pass animation.
Dorsey, here we have a final in. What is that score?
The Chileans have taken care of their South American counterparts. 2-0 win over Argentina. Over in Seychelles, Spain do have a goal back, but it is still 5-1 on aggregate. Meanwhile, in Germany, USA land, it is 3-2. Looks like that one will be final.
Cheers, Dorsey. Denmark now with a chance to go up another goal. Pineapple wins it. Jay is able to clear it out. Slip Kid sends the ball all the way up to midfield, but Denmark remains in possession. 3 minutes of extra time. England's going to have maybe one last chance to get this one. Otherwise, Denmark will be moving on to the semifinal.
Last chance saloon.
Less than a minute remaining. Khan's going to be coming up. England's going to have to send everyone forward. Mapes sending a ball up to Chronic. Chronic sending it back post. Azaz does well to clear that out.
That'll do it.
And that'll do it. Woo. After all the talk, after all the drama, even after England dominating that game in possession, Denmark is able to take it home, going through 2-1 on aggregate.
A poacher's dream. Let me tell you, what a game! Not quite the high energy one that we thought we'd get. I mean, you could tell by the end of that, both teams were giving it all. Pretty intense stuff.
Yeah, Dorsey was the closest. He said 2-2 on aggregate, with Denmark winning on the away goals. Ended up 2-1. Not the high-scoring affair that Wayne and I were thinking, but still had a fair amount of action that to be excited for both squads, really.
Yeah, I mean, what we're really waiting for here is the Discord. As soon as everyone settles down, will there be chat? That's what we're all, I think, focused on here. But I mean, this is those 2-game, knockout eliminations where one chance in the second half can win it. And that's really there was a couple big saves on both sides by both goalies. They played well. There's nothing he could have done on really any of the goals that were scored tonight. They're just, you get a chance and you got to take it. They're not coming fast and easy. So good, well played to both. I mean, nothing really more you can say.
Yeah, I mean, it was a well-played game, and I think, I don't know if Denmark was truly the better team. They got the win, so you can't knock them at all. But we saw England dominate possession for most of those games and just not able to get that final ball in, and Denmark was. And that, they didn't need as many chances to get this W. So credit to Denmark for taking care of business when they had the opportunity to do so, and some heroic efforts by the Denmark squad to get those chances. And the volley comes to mind where, maybe not expecting, I think it was Shooter to come through with that and just jumps up in the air and sends a rocket past Khan. So well in by the Denmark squad. Moving on to the semifinals. Dorsey, have the other games finished? Do we know who they will be playing in the semifinals?
Well, it's pretty much wrapped up here in Spain. I know the game keeps switching between the African continent and the European continent, and I'm not incompetent, but that's just how it goes. 6-1 on aggregate for Seychelles with 5 minutes left. Looks like it will be Seychelles versus Denmark and USA versus Chile.
I think Dorsey's officially from Switzerland, maybe Sweden.
This might be a little old, but that he sounded like the temple guy in Legends of the Hidden Temple when he would explain where the monkey was. That was 100% that voice.
I think that's what he's watching right now.
Yeah, that might be a little old for some of our PCN players, but that's, if you look it up on YouTube, great television show from the 90s.
I'm currently following the Legends of the Hidden Brain Cells. I need to find them.
Well, that'll do it for us, folks. We're done now.
Someone help Dorsey find it.
Yeah,
All right.
I've been missing for years.
Well, Denmark moving on to play Seychelles. Chile moving on to play USA. That will be our semifinal matchups here on Sunday this week. So that'll be exciting. Make sure you guys tune in for that. Any final words on this matchup before we sign off, fellas?
Nope.
All right.
England did not have the halftime scones and tea from their manager, tea and scones, and it cost them.
Well,
This is why I want to say nothing.
With that epic dad joke, we will sign off. Thank you all for watching at home. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you, Dorsey and Wayne, for putting on the broadcast with me. Everyone take care, and we'll see you on Sunday.
Cheers.